Hello and welcome to Cover Story. This week we have with us Dr. Farooq Abdullah, former Chief Minister Jammu and Kashmir, a Union Minister and more important a key ally of the UPA at a time when UPA is kind of running out of allies. Dr. Abdullah, are you the last of the loyalists, last man standing?
I don't know whether I am the last of the allies. But I am the one who's going to stand with them. I don't believe in betraying people when they are in difficulty. I haven't done it in the past and I won't do it in the future. And we stand by them. Doesn't matter. There is a saying in Urdu, गिरते हैं शाह सवार ही मैदान जंग में वो तिफल क्या गिरेंगे जो घुटनों के बल चले. ठीक है, गिरते हैं. यहाँ गिरे, वहाँ उभरे. It's the first time that the Congress has had a defeat. It has been defeated in the past. It has still emerged. ठीक है, गिरते हैं, यहाँ गिरे, वहाँ उभरे, It's the first time that the Congress has had a defeat. It has been defeated in the past. It has still emerged. It will emerge again.
You're confident that it will emerge because the party itself seems very demoralized, especially,
I think there are some people who will feel demoralized, obviously, because they don't know what defeat is. But in this world of today, you have to accept good with the bad, winning with the loss.
But such
you can win all the time. It's not necessary you can't win, but doesn't mean you can't face it. You have to face the thing. The fact is that some things went wrong and the price is bitter. The prices of the food went to sky high. Can you imagine onion going to 100 rupees a kg? Can you believe that?
The central government, aren't you worried that, just as the Congress has paid the price in the states, you may be paying the price also in your state?
I don't think so. We've done quite well. We have done quite a good lot of work.
But the central,
I think in the 5 years we have done
with
far
the
more work and there's none of these corruption charges on us. So I don't think there should be any worry about this thing. They were unable to sell what they have done.
That's the difference.
That is the problem.
That is the problem.
They should have been able to sell of the good things they have done. And the tragedy is that some things took longer than one planned. FDI should have been done much earlier, but then there was a problem about it. Food security bill should have come much earlier.
It had been promised in the earlier manifesto.
And then, yes, but it should have come earlier. Didn't come. Many other reforms that we brought in were unfortunately held up by certain, unfortunate allies we had.
Manishankar Ayyar has said maybe we need to introspect, maybe we need to be missed.
Yes, we need to. There is no question of not. We need to introspect. We need to see where did we fail and why did we fail and what could have been done to stop this failure. I tell you, on the whole, I see that you have to start thinking in terms like the Aam Aadmi Party thought.
That's very interesting.
They went to the grassroots and they raked up the grassroots things, though they may not be able to do so. They have said, we will reduce the power by half and we'll do this and that. I don't think they'll be able to. It's not so easy. The whole world pricing is such that they won't be able to do so. How will they reduce the price of coal? How will they reduce the price of gas and things which is commodity brought from outside? And already we are paying so much, to compensate for the price that we are giving it at. Government of India is subsidizing so much of it that finally there is no kitty at all for development.
That's Praful Patel has in fact gone on record saying, one of the allies again, saying that these welfare schemes some of them make no good economic sense. Why
I think you see, the problem here is everybody thinks so, but the tragedy is that you have been giving opium to people for such a long time. There is no way you can suddenly stop that and still hope that he'll survive. No, you have to do it slowly. And that is why it is being done in the petroleum ministry, that slowly the prices are going up so as to come to the level with the international pricing, so that no longer is Government of India wasting money in subsidizing rather than it is using that money for development of the country.
Tell me something. You said that we are not marketing ourselves well. For that, you need an effective salesman, effective marketer.
Yes, you have to use the media, which is now today the most strong thing. You have to use them. You have to propagate through them, people, what is being done and how it is being done, and what is the advantage to you as well as what is the disadvantage if not done.
Do you think the BJP is better at this? They seem to be communicating better than the Congress.
I think, see, it is not the BJP that is done. It is because of us not being able to sell that they have been able to find the gap. Right. And I think the Aam Aadmi is going to knock them anyway, as you saw in Delhi. There is no Modi's wave, as they would say. Then Aam Aadmi wouldn't have existed.
But it's interesting because again there's a feeling that while the Congress may not be able to take on Modi, Aam Aadmi Party may be the answer to Narendra Modi, Arvind Kejriwal.
Well, that is why Congress is trying to support Kejriwal here to make a government. But I don't know what is going to happen. I don't think Kejriwal is ready to form a government because he knows the promises he has made he won't be able to fulfill. So he will lose very rapidly. It's a question of graph going up quickly and graph coming down quickly. So one has to be extremely careful in what he promises for future. That he has to deliver. Otherwise here people will throw you out. They could throw huge leaders like Mrs. Gandhi out, Indira Gandhi out. So Kejriwal and others are no match to her.
Do you see this Kejriwal wave going national? Do you see it, it's not just...
I can't really say. It's very difficult to say.
What is the feedback in the valley in Jammu and Kashmir? Does he have a
resonance? It's a very different thing. I don't think valley he'll be able to sell. First of all, he won't be able to go there.
Why is that?
ठंड है, 0 degree temperature में मरने जाना है उसे.
He'll be able to get himself a sweater, I'm sure.
थोड़ा जाना. And then he has got so much work here to do. It won't be easy for him. India is too big a country.
That's
very big a country, and he doesn't have anything around.
Is he an urban metropolitan phenomenon, we think? Because a lot of
I don't know. Time will show. Time will really show whether somebody else will emerge and take this on in other states. He alone cannot do it. I can't see it happening at this time. Maybe in future, in years to come. Maybe by then he will have developed. You saw like Shiv Sena came up in Bombay.
Right.
In Mumbai, it won the municipal council thing and became a national party in the sense, but never really broke in the national field. Stayed still within Maharashtra and much more within Mumbai itself. So one doesn't know what really will happen here.
But also this Modi phenomena, you are saying there is no Modi wave. BJP is arguing strenuously there is. But
see, if there was a wave, then would Chhattisgarh just scrape through? Would it happen? Then, as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned, do you not take Chauhan into consideration at all? It's his hard work that got people to stand by him. Modi didn't make that difference. What difference he made in Rajasthan is not because Modi made the difference. It is because the internal fight in the party itself.
The Congress party.
Of the Congress party. Each one pulling another fellow down. Here, Delhi, the chief minister is clear on this. He said, my party didn't support me. So actually the failure is of the party there, not of the wave. There were no such thing.
But still,
waves have been in the past. I mean, I have not seen such waves for some time.
When is the last wave you saw, the last personality wave?
Oh, long time ago.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee ko nahi kahenge?
I would say that that was actually, I wouldn't say that was a wave, that was because he was pushed out in 13 days. And so there was a feeling in the people that something has been done wrong to him, and therefore people stood by him.
More a sympathy factor?
I think so, sympathy factor.
Do you regret aligning with the NDA?
I think it's too past now. They did a good job, but had this Gujarat not happened, then it would not have been bad. But they stood, he did oppose the Gujarat thing, but I did say about it. But the pressures on him from the RSS were such that they could not wean away the RSS factor.
But why didn't you leave the party after 2002? You said, I regret not leaving it then.
We should have left it the minute
alliance.
Gujarat happened. And I feel sad that we didn't do that. I really do feel up to this time very sad.
But the National Conference will now not align with the BJP?
No.
Not even a BJP without Modi?
No way. My people wouldn't buy it. They wouldn't buy it. The RSS factor being so strong, they just wouldn't buy it. Muslims are threatened in their own ways. They feel that RSS is danger to them.
When the Muslims buy this Modi secular makeover, you know, we see him now trying to say, make these...
Who will buy what, I don't know.
Do you buy
But
it?
I don't think RSS, it will be that easy for Muslims to buy that. Not at all.
And you personally don't?
It's a different matter. But I was an RSS man, but was a liberal person. Extremely liberal. They don't have another Bajpai, unfortunately.
Modi कोशिश तो कर रहा है to be the next best Vajpayee.
Let's see what happens. I do not know.
From the Congress point of view, you know, there is there is a Modi and then there is a vacuum. We need a person, whether it's Rahul, whether it's Kejriwal or Manmohan, whoever, someone to take on. Why isn't this vacuum
Rahul
troubling
will
you?
take over. I think he should take over. There is no use of wasting any more time. He may fall, but then he'll rise again. He should look into the way his grandmother and his father and his uncle, who fell but still stood up and fought back. He's from the same blood. And I'm quite confident he has the guts, but he has to come into the forefront. There is no use without coming into forefront. There is no use. I don't think anything will emerge otherwise in Congress. Because I looked around in Congress. I don't see anybody young enough to really unite all these forces. And he has the legacy. I think time come when he must jump into the arena and catch the bull by the horn. No more. There's no more time left. He can't stay on the side. There's no way. You can't be on the shore and watch the ship sink. You should be in the ship, trying to take it to the shore.
But his view is, or rather his advisors say that let's not, by coming into the front, it will be a Rahul versus Modi battle where you...
So what? How does it matter? It's anyway the battle, whether one likes it or not, whether one speaks about it or not. You look at every media, you look at everything. It is always Rahul and him. So it is there. You can't close your eyes and say, I can't see it, I can't see it. It's not like an ostrich that you bury yourself in the sand and say, I don't see it. It is there. Everybody is looking at it, that the fight is between him and him. Why not then fight it out?
Come in the open and take it on.
And take the baton and go on and battle it out. His party is strong enough to face it, but they need him to guide them forward.
Manmohan Singh will not be able to, you think?
I think the Prime Minister has done very well for 10 years. And you see, the tragedy is he's not a politician. He's a simple, good fellow, but not a politician. He's never been a politician. He's a very straight man. That's why people, take advantage of him. You need a tough person like Indira Gandhi today on the Congress side. Maybe wrong decisions will be taken. But at least the party will take that decision and move forward. You're not God Almighty that you will not make mistakes. You will make mistakes, but then you learn from those mistakes. That is what Chintan is all about. That the Congress party will sit down and look into the debacle in these states. But only looking into the debacle will not help. They have to then start seeing how do we where the breaches have taken place, how do we fill those breaches and how do we move forward?
Sharad Pawar has said something similar in his blog when he says that we need a decisive leadership. So clearly he's feeling the need that there is a vacuum also.
I don't think there's a vacuum. The question is that Congress has to decide now.
They can't wait anymore.
They can't wait anymore. Nobody is going to allow them to wait. And they must have leaders not only in the center, they must have leaders to guide them in UP, in Bihar, in all the states that they have got. They must have decisive leadership in those states if they want to move on.
So this remote control from the center doesn't work.
No,
in
it doesn't
the
work.
era of that is over.
No, it doesn't work. It has shown it doesn't work.
You know, you've known the family also, so there's a personal equation also. Why are Rahul so reluctant? What is your assessment?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him, so I really don't know. I've spoken to him on some things, and I found him very well informed, extremely well informed, whether national or international issues, totally well informed, and speaks very clearly on those issues. Why he is not, jumping the thing, I don't really know. I have really no idea about it. Since I don't belong to the party, I do not know what is holding him back. And I was very happy when I heard him the other day on the television after the defeat. I have no idea about it. Since I don't belong to the party, I do not know what is holding him back. And I was very happy when I heard him the other day on the television after the defeat that he's going to take decisive moves he's going to make. He's going to take very firm decisions. I think the whole nation is looking forward to his decisions.
But the problem with him is the last time he took a firm decision that everybody applauded was when he tore up that ordinance, if you remember. Which was also, in a way, the first time you do something, you turn against your own party, government.
The point is, there I would say his thinking was all right, but the way he did it was not right. Because then he put the Prime Minister into the box, into the difficulties. He should have, if he felt like that, then before the party took that decision, he should have been part of it and said, no, this decision we should not take. Once the party has taken the decision and that decision has been brought before the cabinet, and then the cabinet has approved what the party has decided, and then you say no, that really reflected something which was not well advised. By whoever did that, that wasn't well advised. His move might have been correct, that he felt it was not right, but then he should have done that in the beginning, rather than at the end when everything was done. That was the only thing about it. Otherwise, he's also a human being. And as I said, that was a wrong step. And he did regret it. He went to the Prime Minister. He told him that I'm sorry that I have done it like this, which I shouldn't have done. But at least people realized that his heart was clear. Only thing is, his timing was wrong. He should have taken this decision before the party put this forward.
Now the Congress is also thinking that let's distance the party from the government. Try and say that all the mistakes are the government's, but party alag hai. Can they do this political dance?
I don't know.
Would you buy a dance like that?
It really is very difficult to tell. He's been in power for such a long time. My father used to say always the same thing. My father used to say party is separate, government is separate. But if you don't have a party, you can't form a government. So you have a strong party to be able to form the government. And that government is the only one which can then give benefits to the people and to the improvement of the country. You see? So you need a party to really be able to pull through. And I hope he is able to do that, of making a strong party, but not dependent on the government. The government should be dependent on the party, rather than the other way around.
This is what Sonia has done with this two-power system, having Manmohan there, while she really, in her days, party is more powerful.
You see, the point is, Prime Minister is Prime Minister and Party President is Party President. Obviously, there are certain issues which party raises and the government looks into those issues. Obviously, because it's a party government, so they look into issues. Here the thing is, the partners are also there. So partners should also be part of the whole thing. So this is how things happen. Consultations take place on issues which are vital issues. We as the groups that have joined the UPA do sit down with them and then discuss. That should be done more in the future.
Is there enough
At far
consultation
more
with
elaborate
this?
level it should.
What about you and Omar? Omar has been saying in interviews that my father doesn't do any backseat driving. You've given him a free hand in the state.
It has. He's the chief. And I don't believe. That is why when I walked out, I said, "You're the boss. You do." Because finally, it is you who is responsible for whatever happens. I don't want to be one of those fellows who will say, "No, I am part of the thing and therefore I must say." No. He takes the decisions, he implements them, and I watch.
But sometimes you feel like in 2010, did you feel that you should also interfere, or you should step in, or any?
I never felt.
Or whenever there is a crisis?
By the grace of God, I have been more of a helpful than interfering in the things. I feel if I can help the state from the center in getting almost any assistance that is possible, I should do that, rather than interfering in the working of day-to-day work of the state. That is not my job.
The Abdullahs are also very emotional people. I mean, do you feel that, is that a good point or a bad? You know,
See, we feel emotional about certain things.
But you show your emotion.
See, we do feel emotional about it. After, look, 70, 65 years of independence. And when you see that in 65 years of independence, look at the road. One rain and the Banihal road stops because the landslides come. Now, luckily, thank God, they did this thing. They're constructing those tunnels and things, and the road is being made 4-lane road, which should be ready in about some years' time. But at least these steps have been taken. But it should have been done a long time ago. It didn't happen. And that is what we're going to die one day. I don't want to die before seeing a flourishing state with a lot of electricity everywhere.
Peace with Pakistan, do you see it happening in your lifetime?
Well, I thought it would happen when Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. I literally thought that probably with the hardcore Hindus here and the general there in charge, they'll be able to sell it. Like once we thought Nehru and Ayub Khan would be able to sort out things, because both were very strong and people had trust in them. I thought maybe that will happen. Didn't happen. Now, the general was there, and they say there was a lot of movement forward, but the general was gone because he took the cudgels with the courts. And when that happened, they said they were very near the thing. None of us know what really was done. Even you don't know, because no one knows what did Musharraf and our government do, and to what extent did it really succeed, other than saying, "Nahi, hum log bahut achieve kar gaye the," but none of us know on what line did they achieve what. So we are actually back to zero. Now, Nawaz Sharif is in power there. Here the government is on its way out. What new government will come, we do not know. How strong the new government will be to take a decision of vital importance, we do not know. So to say that, do I see around the corner some sort of peaceful solution coming in Pakistan? I don't see that as yet. That's telling you very frankly, I don't see it. I would love to see it, but I don't see it.
Future, we want to ask you about, look at the past. Can you find your last thoughts on the year that is slipping away from us? What is the biggest memory that you take back of this year, or the biggest thought, most striking thought?
The biggest thought I would say is the price rise that took place. This is something which I couldn't believe, that the price rise could go this high, of the onions and things like this. Secondly, I thought the FDI that had come up would really swing rapidly in creating jobs in the country. Did not happen. Then unfortunately, the third most miserable thing that happened, that rupee fell down. No doubt international crises are there is no doubt, and we are still above And they tell me that we are going to be about 5% GDP growth will be there, which is not bad at all, because I've seen many nations which have hardly any growth. So these are things which are there, but what our expectations were, 8-9% growth, and we'll move on.
And you had an economist as a Prime Minister.
And did happen, but in the past it did, but suddenly it just went down. जिसे हमारे यहाँ कहते हैं नजर लग गई, हिंदुस्तान को नजर लग गई.
शायद UPA 1 को नजर लग गई. UPA 1 was better than UPA 2.
UPA 2 would have been all better, मगर नजर लग गई. क्या करें, पता नहीं क्या हो गया. कुछ ऐसी गलती हो गई जिससे कि हम लोग पे एक वो धब्बा आ गया. Otherwise, the Prime Minister did his best. He worked hard. With all the health problems he had, he worked hard. खुदा से ही दुआ करते हैं कि इससे निकल आए, और क्या, निकल जरूर आएंगे. Nothing that will not. India cannot stop. I am confident about one thing. Whether we are in power or not, India cannot stop. India has to move on. And India will rise. It will rise.
And that's a nice note to end this interview and this year on. Thank you so much for talking to Cover Story.
And many happy returns of the year when it comes. Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Whoever is looking at you or this program, to everyone that works for you in your channel, and best wishes to the rest of the India and to the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this week. As you see, we had a very introspective Dr. Abdullah talking to us. We'll see you again same time next week. Thank you for watching Cover Story.